Hey guys. I just felt it was a really appropriate time to do, let me sit here, this is in the sun more, um, a reflection on everything that's happening right now with all of the astrological things happening as well too. So the first everything happening as well is referring to the coronavirus. Um, a lot of fear is being triggered in people, a lot of realigning, and a lot of forced seclusion. So, mostly we're going to be talking about Saturn's transition into Aquarius, which is happening today, 21st, yeah? Um, so, what that means for a lot of us is that the last few years we've really been in a place of um, survival mode, just doing the work because we needed income, probably working really long hours. Um, and my friend said last night too, working through trauma, like childhood trauma, so that we can lighten our energetic bodies so we can move forward. Um, Now, Aquarius is all about collective energy, doing things for the greater good. Um, when I think of Aquarius, I also think of the hermit. I picture them as like the monks on the mountainside, totally cut off from society, doing their meditations, which is so perfect for the quarantine. um, oh my gosh, the sun feels so good. Yeah. So, and then with the collective as well, with that, looking at how do we support our communities during this time, um, feeling more inclined to help out our elderly family members, feeling more socially conscious of, creating safe spaces for other people, staying home if we might be feeling sick so that other people don't get sick, and really taking into consideration the good of the whole rather than the good of just our own selves. Um, Now, this is all sort of just looking at the effects of the coronavirus on it. Um, but really, too, a kind of theme is this fear of moving forward into what is new and uncomfortable. Aquarius is a very new age energy. So at this time, a lot of people are, maybe feeling pulled to do something new and different. And what's interesting to me is that there's already fear behind stepping into the unknown. And I just think it's interesting that the coronavirus is also bringing about this widespread fear. And right around the same time, um, corona, as you all know, means crown. So even looking at the crown chakra, it's like we're fearing to trust in the divine plan. Faith has been such a huge theme lately. Having that faith to take the leap and really do what you love. You know, writing the book that you've been wanting to write for the last decade, but haven't thought you could. Making that art installment that you never thought you had the time to do, but now that you're laid off, you can. Um, Quitting the shitty job that you've been working at for the last decade because you thought, you had to, or maybe you lost your passion for it and you have been avoiding walking away. It can manifest in a lot of ways. I also got in the reading that I did, being a stay-at-home mom, so maybe now you finally are feeling ready to be a mother, and that's the way that you want your career to look for the next few years, and trusting that with everything going on that you can just trust and have faith that if you're feeling that it's time. also embracing the quarantine as a little hermitage. I know a lot of people are feeling really bummed because maybe they're out of work and they don't like being knocked out of their routine. Capricorn is also, routine. And Aquarius is just like, no! Really, knocking us out of what's comfortable. So I think a lot of this time, if we can channel it properly, will be us choosing how we spend our time, Are you taking this time to like watch TV and rewatch The Office for the 10th time? I might be a little guilty of that a little bit, but balance, you guys, you don't need to spend 12 hours a day doing it. Or are you journaling, getting exercise, going for walks, spending time with your family, making art, playing board games, reading the book that's been on your shelf for 3 months, or the umpteen books that you're halfway through, if you're like me. How do we use this time? And also looking at, how do we reach out to the collective, Are you making soup for your family members? Are you, making homemade medicines or teas? Are you getting groceries for your family? Are you providing comic relief? Are you providing ideas for how to spend time together? How are you contributing to the collective at this time? Because that can speak even deeper about, potentially your purpose here and moving forward through this time that Saturn will be in Aquarius for the next couple of years. It will go retrograde back into Capricorn July 1st until December 17th, I think. So that'll be back into the hard work phase, but maybe this Aquarian time is like getting the wheel rolling. And then come July, you might have more hard work that you need to put in with it. But this is a really potent time for getting started those projects and ideas that you have been looking at. It coincides really perfectly. Oh, I just got shivers up my whole body. Yeah, it coincides really perfectly with Aries season too. Does Aries season start tomorrow or the next day? Anywho, it's happening in the next couple of days. So it'll be more of a fiery time where we're feeling more driven to follow our passions, to follow what ignites us and what drives us, whether that's protecting your family, cooking for them, starting this new art project, reading up on, politics or ethics or, whatever it is that really lights that internal fire. It's a really potent time now. I'm almost picturing it like a candle. Like there's this long candle that represents Aries season. And it's whatever color you choose. What color is your candle? Is it yellow for willpower and clarity? Is it green for money, love, and balance? Is it red for literal passion? Or white for purifying yourself and doing what it takes to stay, in a purified state? Make that decision and that association now and light that candle and, watch as it burns throughout the next month or so, what transpires in your life, what new things come to life, what insights come forward, how you feel inside and how that might change based on what you're deciding to do. I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards as well, just for the collective, using this beautiful crystal tarot. Yeah. Look a few cards, please, from Spirit, higher archangels, and ascended masters that be. Give us a few cards of guidance and wisdom regarding this quarantine with the coronavirus and this Saturn transit. What will be the theme, sort of, for us at this time. The Fool! Embarking on a new adventure. A renewed sense of innocence, of, what's the word? No responsibilities. Taking the leap of faith as you see he's like right on the edge of this cliff and he's just trusting. It's a time to just trust and to take that leap, because especially if you're unemployed right now, what better do you have to do, right? If you've been wanting to be a full-time artist, start making your art. We have the 10 of Pentacles with the Queen of Chalices. That's so beautiful. So really with the Queen of Cups, Chalices, nurturing yourself, getting sensitive, hearing people out, reaching out, helping people feel safe, helping them feel heard if they're maybe having anxieties. You know, getting in touch with yourself and your feelings, and maybe the feelings that you've been ignoring because you didn't feel like they were valid or logical. But Aquarius is not logical, you guys. Aquarius is very much intuitive and in touch with the collective consciousness. So yeah, I think that the Queen of Chalices very much feels like a mother figure to me. And like, yeah, just like being there for people, being sensitive to other people's needs. And that could mean too, you know, staying in, because some people who are maybe older have weakened immune systems, still have to get, you know, their supplies and groceries. So limiting going out and really caring for people in that way, and caring for your own needs as well. With the Saturn transit, listening to your own inner needs. If you've been working a job that's been running you dry, listening to that. If you were born between 91 and 94 too, this transit is going to affect you a lot more, because this is the sign it was in, but this is the sign that Saturn was in when you were born, and it's coming back after all these years. So this will be affecting those people in their late 30s even more. So listening to those needs, listening to your own inner voice, your own inner guidance, your own connectedness, your own sensitivity. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this is a sense of abundance. So finding that in the midst of all of this, even if you are unemployed, I feel that this will be a time of really fulfilling work that'll really make people feel like they have full cups with the Queen of Cups, but full wallets as well with this 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that's all I have for that. Let's pull one Wisdom of the Oracle card, and then I'll let you guys go. I feel like I've kind of said my word here. And again, if you do have any other questions, just shoot me a message and we can talk more about this, because it's really interesting hearing what everyone has to say. Oh my God, too, the Queen wears the crown, you guys. The coronavirus is making us listen to our feelings, to nurture ourselves, to listen to what our bodies have to say, because they've probably been telling us to slow down. And now this virus is forcing us to slow down. Forced to slow down. So Oracle, please channel the higher ascended masters, guides, archangels of the collective who have something to say now regarding this virus, regarding its lessons, and regarding this Saturn transit. How are they connected, and what do we need to know at this time moving forward? No Place Like Home was right at the bottom, and it sort of stuck to my hand. So staying home, you guys. Stay the frick home. There we go. Flexible, remaining flexible, not setting anything in stone, and just being open to the present moment. Making sure that you're stretching, because staying home and stagnant is not good for the body. So do yoga if you do yoga practice. She looks like she's doing yoga. Making sure that we're staying moving, keeping our bodies healthy, and staying flexible with our plans now, because, you know, nothing is set in stone right now. We're very much in flux, and, you know, we just need to stay open to new experiences at this time. We have poised in reverse, which was actually on the other end of the deck when No Place Like Home came up, and we have the fates. So this was fated to happen, you guys. This was an event that was written in the stars. And it came at just the perfect time so that we can all really sit and reflect on what really is important to us and how we express ourselves in the most authentic way, what that means for us, and what we value enough to put our time into, because likely a lot of people haven't had this time where they're just sitting home with nothing to do. That's not something that's very common in society today, because we're usually moving very quickly. I'm going to read this poised card in reverse because I ignored it before. I didn't really know what it meant and it didn't make sense, but it came out twice. It would be as a protection message in reverse. And it says, "You're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending to know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a fake it till you make it attitude, it will land you in some muck right now. This is not the time to wing it and deliver something half-finished. It's okay to postpone things until you're really ready. It's better to disappoint others now than to wish you had later." Yeah, so that might even be looking at like the quarantine too, like being okay with taking your time and, staying isolated from people, because otherwise, you might get them sick and they might get really sick. Yeah, and this does feel like very yin to me too, so really taking the time to slow down and do what you need to do instead of forcing something, really. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys. Also, well, I do want to look at the numerology with this one too, I suppose. So it's number 48. 4 is about a sturdy, grounded foundation, and 8 is the number of abundance. And with it in reverse, I do feel like that could be talking to those who are maybe afraid of losing their jobs with downsizing, or those who are laid off, feeling a little bit shook. But just know that everything is going to be okay and that you're not alone. Everybody is going through this right now. This was fated. So just stay home and remain flexible to what is to come, and really try to focus on the positive potentialities out of this instead of dwelling on the hardships that be. So that's all I have for you guys. Just nurture yourselves at this time, and maybe just to reflect on what an ideal career looks like to you, what an ideal lifestyle looks like to you. I feel like writing could be really potent at this time, as Aquarius reminds me of that sort of like reflecting. It's an air sign, which is a lot about like mental activity, insight, and I think a lot of this is collective insight too, being Aquarius. So that's all I have for you guys. Enjoy your quarantine, and if you would like a personal reading, just shoot me a message or an email, or if you just like someone to talk to if you're feeling isolated at this time. I'm here. Okay, thanks for watching.